Ladies and gentlemen of Sea Red Nation, the NBA is back. The Chicago Bulls are back. And the Chicago Bulls have a franchise player. Whether y'all believe it or not, I'm here to tell you the Chicago Bulls have a franchise player. Right after this. Cue the intro.
On one, on two, on three.
Stop it! Do not do him like that! Mercy! Did you not get the memo?
Before we get into the video, if you are a Chicago Bulls fan, if you are a Chicago sports fan, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, because we do post weekly talking about our Chicago sports teams. The NBA season is back, and we are going to have a lot to say about it. We appreciate the love, too. Now let's get to the video. So y'all might be looking at me like, Pat, why are you so hyped today? I'm hyped. I'm hyped because for the first time in a long time, I can look at the growth of a player. I can look at the fire of a player. I can look at what a player brings to a court night in and night out. And I can feel confident in saying that the Chicago Bulls have a franchise player. Now, there are a lot of naysayers out there. There are a lot of people who say that he's not good enough to compete with top level talent. He's not good enough to be on ESPN's top 25 under 25. And I say to you, you find me 25 players under 25 that can guard Zach Lavine. You find me those players, because the way he's playing right now, the way he's moving right now, he is becoming a franchise player for the Chicago Bulls. Zach Lavine has upped his game both years, coming off of an ACL injury. Zach Lavine has upped his game both years he's been in Chicago, and it looks like he's poised to do it again. By the way, in an offense that works more towards the game that he's looking to play. There's trouble brewing in Chicago, ladies and gentlemen, and his name is Zach Lavine. Last year, Zach upped his scoring from 16 points a game all the way to 23 points a game, his career best. I mean, he basically upped his previous career best by 5 points a game, almost 6 points a game. He shot the ball very well from the field, and there were moments where it seemed like he was just very on and off, very streaky, but then he kind of got into that rhythm. Bulls had that injury bug hit him, but once he finally got into that rhythm, he was one of the best two guards in the league. Now, when initially we signed the contract for Zach Lavine, I was a little leery. I was like, 80 mil, all right, let's see what we got here. But he has lived up to every cent. He has been the player that we think he can be, and he continues to grow. He continues to get better. Listen, it may just be preseason. It may be because nobody cares, but it looks like in the offseason, Zach Lavine not only made a commitment to being a better shooter, but also being a better defender. If you have to worry about Zach Lavine on both ends of the floor, if he has worked himself into being a good defender in this NBA, there's going to be trouble brewing in Chicago, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm here for it. When you look at how the team has changed, the players that they've added, how much actually goes into the style of game that Zach plays, how much actually just everything is cohesive with it. Kobe White, Tomas Stadaransky, guys who draw attention off of the ball at that point guard position. Even I'll throw a Chris Dunn in there if he can up his scoring a little bit. Guys who draw attention off the ball at that point guard position so that you can't totally focus on Zach. There's enough players here now that have enough talent, that have enough, okay, Larry Markkanen's on the wing, Wendell Carter Jr. is down low. I got to watch Kobe White at the top of the key. I got to watch Tomas Stadaransky. I got to watch Otto Porter Jr. Oh, by the way, Zach Lavine's still there. So everything this season that the Bulls have set up has it set up for Zach to, again, top his best numbers. And listen, how he was playing in that game the other night, also, again, I know it's preseason, but everybody's hype about the Zion train. I'm hype about the Zach train. Okay? Let's talk about it. How he was playing 2 nights ago versus Zion Williamson. was out of his mind. It looked so smooth. It looked effortless. It honestly looked like he wasn't even trying to play the game. The Chicago Bulls have a player that is becoming a franchise player. And listen, that only elevates what everybody else does. Did you see the ball movement that the Bulls had the other night? And that's because Zach Lavine is bought in to what Jim Boylan's selling. Zach Lavine knows this is what makes him a franchise player. This is what puts him on that pedestal. He came out and publicly said, I'm on with Jim Boylan's plan. Jim Boylan wants to run this. We're going to run this. Let's do it together. We're all in this together. That puts the rest of the team on board. That puts the rest of the team on notice. Get in line or get run over. For me, this season is going to be huge, not only because Zach Lavine can up his scoring, but I believe it'll start to put the Chicago Bulls on the map because consistently the Bulls get left off of a lot of national analysts' radars, and for good reason in past. Let's be honest, they haven't been a good team. They haven't, but we've seen promise, we've seen talent, we've seen small growths here. This is the season where it all comes together. This is going to be Zach Lavine's best season in this NBA, and I do believe that despite what Nick Friedel and a lot of the national analysts say, at the All-Star game in Chicago this year, Zach Lavine will be represented. But I feel like I've rambled on long enough about my thoughts on Zach Lavine and how he affects the Bulls this season, how he becomes a franchise player, how he has become the face of the Chicago Bulls franchise. So you let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Is Zach Lavine becoming a franchise player? Is Zach Lavine talented enough to take this team to where it needs to go? Or do you think that Zach's a nice piece, but he's not the guy that's going to lead this team to the promised land? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I am going to get up out of here. It is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Peace.